the Holocaust Memorial Center at the Zeckelman Family Campus is important on so many levels. First of all, as a place of remembrance for those who perished in the Holocaust, and also for those who survived, as well as teaching the lessons to students today. It's a special place. This particular synagogue survived because...
This place is important because you need to know your history to help yourself and others in the future.
In May and June 1944, Jews were being killed at a rate at Auschwitz, 10 to 12,000 per day.
Each time I come back to the museum, I get a stronger and stronger sense of duty to resist hatred and violence and any sort of prejudice in the world.
As we're talking about the history and what happened due to hatred, you actually see it in the children's eyes, like a light bulb went off. What could I have done? What if I, God forbid, if I was in that position? And it's a very powerful experience.
This experience was very important. It changed me because, like, sometimes I would look down on different types of people, but now I know that all people are equal and that no one is better than anyone else.
Once you stepped off a train, most people had 2 hours to live.
One of the important things about this museum is that it gives so much to the non-Jewish world. It turns them into allies, it turns them into friends. I think it has the opportunity to awaken something. So this museum is obviously incredibly important to the Jewish community for Jewish reasons, but it also is important to the Jewish community for the world of people that it might change.
For me, as a student from Germany, it is very important to learn as much as I can and to be prepared for any questions that my future students might ask me. This is the first step to become aware of who you are and who you want to be and how you want to treat other people. This experience has changed my life.
The Holocaust and knowledge of the Holocaust is completely relevant to the modern world because we still see genocides happening in the Sudan, in Rwanda.
Especially in the current strife that's going on in the Middle East, the best message you can take away is that this museum can't go anywhere. That we have to continue to walk through these halls and hear these stories again and again because in Iran and Egypt and Syria and Lebanon, they're marching the drums of war and talking about anti-Semitism. I think today there's no more important lesson than history can repeat itself.
It's important that we ask ourselves, would we have had the courage to stand up and do the right thing?
This serves as a vanguard to make sure that people will constantly stay aware that if we don't do for ourselves, nobody else will do for us.
Probably the most important part is the memory and making sure that 6 million people and 1.5 million children, its memories are always there, that we'd make changes for them and make it so that this doesn't happen to people again, and for a place to mourn.
When I come to the museum, I think about my grandfather and my grandmother. I do hope to bring my children and my grandchildren here. I think they wouldn't know who they were without the Holocaust Museum.
We have a responsibility to support the Holocaust Memorial Center, not only to pay tribute to the memory of those who endured this tragic and horrible time, but because this museum lays a foundation for the future, for future generations to go forward and make the world a better place.
And this serves as a beacon to really affect a change in the world.